What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Gmia's World, and today we're going to be taking care of a problem that we should have probably gotten rid of a long time ago. Tyreek Hill is garbage, and I had enough of it. It's ridiculous. He actually, in the last 3 games, fumbled 6 times, and 5 of them went back for 6. So what's going to happen in this video is he's going to be getting removed effective immediately. Temporarily, we're going to have to put, I guess we'll put OBJ there and then put a slower receiver in the slot, I guess. Because Michael Thomas, like I told you guys, what's going to happen is this, right? You got to wait until the next series because he's a gnat and he quick sells for very, very little training. So I want you guys to hold on to him for a little bit to kind of make it easier to get one of those free, well, not free, but all of the gnat players that you have with higher overalls, you're going to be able to put them in exchange sets and get really, really high overalls for Series 2. And I just want all of you guys to make sure that that's something that you're taking advantage of. So for the meantime, we're going to have him like that. We're just going to leave him the way that he is in the slot. We don't generally utilize him anyway. We probably will look to get other receivers, but for now, we're going to just get rid of it along those lines and just leave it like that. We still have to upgrade Aaron Rodgers, and then we're going to probably pick another receiver that we're going to be using the other attributes on. All right, so that's pretty much what we're doing with that. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to bet. What is this? Okay, I don't care about that. I don't care about not having the Superstar X Factor. I don't care about that. So now, what happened with Tyreek Hill was this. Why is it 89-89 and then I have an 88 overall? But let's not even worry about that right now. Because I'm actually raging uncontrollably. So we're gonna just go to Tyreek Hill's card and we're gonna rage sell him. I think we actually use the power up pass for him. So we're gonna probably, like I said, whenever you use a power up pass, you will get the power up pass back. You will not get an actual card. Some people asked about that. Yeah, you're gonna get power up passes back. You will not get the card back because it's in place for that as you power up these cards. But you will get half the training throughout all the upgrades back for him. And, you know, we could look to do other things with those power-up passes. Now, as far as his actual power-up goes, like the 75 or whatever it is overall, we're going to sell that because that actually has value. I don't know how much value it has right now because he's actually hurt in real life. And I don't know, you know, as far as what he's going to do when he comes back. But for now, we'll see what he's going for. I'm probably cheap now, right? Yeah, 36. It was selling for like 100K. For early on when the game first came out, it was all the way up to like 150 when he was like really popping. Right now, you can see that nobody's really interested, but it doesn't really matter. We'll sell him for 33K and we'll move on from that situation. Now, going forward, some of you guys are asking, Gmia, is it okay to go ahead and spend almost 1 million coins for TO? No, it is not. I do not, you know what I'm saying? I do not support that message. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there, spending that amount of coins on a receiver when we know within the next couple of weeks that Randy Moss is coming, it might not be the best thing for you guys. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Number one, we're gonna go over to the store and we're gonna check out, you know, well, not the store, we're gonna go to the auction house and we're gonna see what's actually going on with Terrell Owens. So let's go ahead and do wide receiver. We're gonna go to 90, what is he, like a 90 something overall or something like that? We'll go check that out and see what he's doing, and then we'll take a look at, you know, the whole overall situation, where he is and what we're looking for. Now, DeAndre Hopkins down to 730, that's fine. All right, so T.O. is down to 1.15. I believe that's the cheapest one, right? I'm going to tell you guys this again. From Madden 19 till now, he's probably an unbelievable glitch. I agree with that. I think he's a very, very dominant player. Based on his numbers, he probably goes crazy. Do I want you guys overspending? Absolutely not. I have a couple people that told me they were able to complete his set for about 900K. I don't know if his price is going to last that long, you know, with that being the case. Especially with Series 2 coming, we don't know who the Series 2 master is yet, and it could highly affect the way that we're utilizing our coins. And then what happens is you get into a situation where it's like, all right, I really want a card, I can't afford it, and then, you know what I'm saying, because you just bought a card like the week before. It happens a lot. And right now, even a card like Jerry Rice that you see is selling for a lot cheaper, you know, this card is pretty sick. Remember, with the power-up, he goes to 88. He has pretty decent numbers, nothing to wow you about. T.O. actually goes to a 90. You can also add more things to get him just even more absolutely just unstoppable in the game. But when you look at attributes overall, a lot of these players are pretty decent. He's 87 speed also. I don't know what Devontae Adams is. Okay, he's 84. Like, he's like, never buy that. Like, that right there should never be bought ever for no reason. I don't care if you're a Packers fan. I don't care. That card is pretty much useless where we are right now with the speed threshold of Madden. Okay, so what I would recommend with Terrell Owens is that you guys go ahead and try to complete the set and see what you can do for that. For me right now, temporarily, I'm probably going to look to see if I can get somebody else in that position to help me out other than Torrey Holt. OBJ might have to step up for now, but, you know, eventually we're going to look at it. I just don't want, like I said, if you buy T.O. right now for that price, you're really going to be far behind when it comes down to Randy Moss, unless you got coins like that. If your bank account is set up like that, you don't have to worry about anything that I'm saying. I'm just letting you guys understand that I'm not going to be just continuously going after these cards, knowing that Randy Moss is on the horizon. So, for the future of the team, what would be the necessary things that we need to do for all teams, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, bro, but you got all these other players, but you're lacking the wide receivers that are going to be necessary for you to actually take advantage of certain things in the game. You guys are absolutely right. Also, additionally, many of you guys are asking, like, you know, so what are you going to do in case you need to, you know, actually pass the ball in game? Because you guys should know I'm pretty much run first. So what happens if I need to actually pass the ball? This is what I'm going to recommend for those of you guys that still want to complete sets and get certain players. I'm going to recommend that you go after it through this method. You look through and see what the cards are going for, and you go after it along those lines. Realistically speaking, I don't think you're going to have much, you know, much issue using another wide receiver right now like I just showed you. If you're a level 50, you automatically got Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt's a goonie if used properly. OBJ is not nothing to like really sniff at right now if you really wanted to just have somebody there as a filler. Obviously, you saw in the slot I had Michael Thomas. He has sure hands for the most part. He'll go for that thing. You know what I'm saying? So there are certain things that you can do in the meantime, like lurk that for the set. But again, you see those prices at 900 or something K because people realize that T.O. is actually going to play very well in Madden 20. That's the whole situation. When we were playing 19, all of us knew that pretty much everybody played the same. They were just out there. They would drop the ball the same. They would move the same. Everything was just like pretty much universal. Now, you know, if T.O. gets off that break, like, bro, if somebody presses him and he gets off that press, you can lob it and you can successfully run it for 6. That was not going on that often in 19. So that's why the reflection of his overall and his cost is the way it is right now. Similar to Gale Sayers. We were talking about this earlier. Am I willing to go and get rid of, you know, the guy that I have right now who is Marcus Allen? Am I ready to just give up on Marcus Allen for Gale Sayers? That's a very interesting question. Because is he really, like, he's so fast and, you know, he's a pretty good player. Like, he outruns most of the defensive players. When I play against him, once he gets out in front, he's gone. Marcus Allen is at an 88 speed, and I haven't added the additional things to it to like kind of increase the speed because I think right now, the way that I'm interchanging players, it might not be beneficial to me. You see what I'm saying? For those of you guys asking, like, why don't you put on, what is that, Bruiser or Brawler or whatever it is, as another chem to kind of increase the speed with 10 players, because I don't know if these 10 players are going to last on my team. If we're just being 100% honest, a lot of these dudes are straight garbo. All right, so when you look at it from that aspect, you have to understand that's a very important thing to understand. Also, I got to be willing to lose that 1,500 that I spent on evasive. You got to remember that also. You know, because you don't get any of that training back, but you will get training from obviously downgrading Marcus Allen. But at this point right now, I think with the way that everything is set up, I'm more focused on getting my team, my core set. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make sure that everybody is all set. Instead of me going right now and, you know, looking at these things and trying to get Brawler and spending 800 training per player to get at least, like, to get the +1 speed, you need 10 players. So I probably could pick 10 players that I'm not going to rage soul just because they do whatever they want to do. I probably could get that done, but I don't want to risk it. You know what I'm saying? For those of you guys that are asking, G-Maya, you haven't put Brawler on anybody. What's going on? That's primarily why. Because I don't feel that, like, at any given time, I might want to raid sell somebody. And I just don't want to get it to that point where it's like, you know, I got to get rid of this guy right away. I don't want to do that. And then you can see that Aaron Rodgers' price was as low as like 650 earlier, and it jumped back up to another 100K. For me, I'm going to still grind out the solos and just wait on it. And then I'll get him eventually. I'm still not overspending for that either. But you never know. I might do a pack opening very soon, probably for you guys tomorrow morning. So we'll get to that later on. No, you're not going to be part of the pack opening. So anyway, yeah, that's my wife. She's not allowed to, you know, be any part of any pack openings. So what we're going to do, this is the plan right now. Tyreek Hill is gone. We're going to use OBJ temporarily. I could activate his X Factor just because, you know, he comes with 3. and he's a superstar player, and I could temporarily utilize that. The only issue is his streak specialist, double move elite, and the cross specialist with the X factor of rack him up. It doesn't really fit the criteria of what I want, but I think if I throw it one-on-one over the top, the 87 speed should be able to beat most corners after pressing, but I think it'll be safer to probably use Torrey Holt. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you guys are worried about that, like, if I'm, like, most of you guys probably are going to be rage selling Tyreek Hill, or you already have done it. You got to make sure that the players that you have left there have decent speed, because that is very, very critical. So I don't want you guys dismantling your team just because, you know, Tyreek Hill fumbles 95 times in one game. I don't want that. But if you can successfully do that and still make your team be formidable, you know, in the clutch, able to make plays, I would much rather that, if that makes any sense. All right, guys, so that's what I'm leaving you with right now. Tyreek Hill is gone. Get rid of him at your earliest convenience. We will figure it out soon. Just remember, next week is Series 2. They're going to be more wide receivers. It might be Randy Moss next week. We never know. So don't hold on to these players too long. Make sure you make the move when it's time to make the move, especially if you have the actual card, because you can see that the value of his cards have gone down dramatically. All right, guys? Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to go ahead and subscribe. Hit the post notifications. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.